This Sunday, we're going to be jumping back into the theme in the book of Revelation, things are not as they seem. And I want to experiment with those ideas, with that idea with you, just as we begin to reflect on those things, because it's going to impact the rest of our study in the book of Revelation. And it really is a big deal in terms of our lives that we live right now. Things are not as they seem. One of the places where we see this is when the Apostle Paul in the book of Ephesians in chapter 6, he says, we're not battling against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities, against world rulers in the heavenly realms. He says that your brother is not your brother. Your brother is not your enemy. Your brother is your brother. Your enemy is your enemy. That there's something going on in human relationships where the enemy is the evil, invisible, demonic influences are active in our relationships, and we tend to want to think and we want to villainize people. And the Lord says, don't villainize people. Understand that in your relationships, the enemy is always going to be trying to mess with that. He's always going to try to be, by creating enmity, he's going to be amplifying differences. He's going to be helping to create criticism and judgment. He's going to help to create distance and separation. He's going to push in our relationships so that our relationships break down, because he wants to break everything about us. And so the Apostle Paul warns us that we're not battling against flesh and blood. So who are you? Who are you having some issues with relationally right now? Think about that for a second. Who are you having some relational issues right now? And in those things, where is the enemy trying to drive a wedge? Where is the enemy trying to build distance? Where is the enemy trying to amplify things so that those relationships break down, so that he can hurt you and he can hurt anything and everything that the Lord loves? This is one of the ways that things are not as they seem, that we are in a place where the enemy is trying to mess with our relationships all the time. It's not just the people, perhaps it's the people and the differences and the enemy amplifying things. Things are not as they seem.